Carl the Wallaby and the Quest for Light by Maria Oglesby. Carl is a wallaby. When he was very young, he fell a very long way. He landed in a mine. It was dark and Carl was very scared, but then he saw a light. It was very beautiful. The light was a glowing crystal lantern, held by a rat cockroach named Flufflepumpkin. He took Carl in, and Flufflepumpkin's family raised him as their own. Carl and Flufflepumpkin are best friends now. Their favorite thing in the world is light. Light is hard to come by when you live far, far, far underground. There is a furry octopus named Waggles, who brings them beautiful glowing rocks and mushrooms in his backhoe. In exchange for the beautiful objects, Carl and Flufflepumpkin dig up buried treasure for Waggles to take back up to the surface. Carl takes the glowing rocks and mushrooms to his room. It is filled with light. He wishes there was more light in the world, but he doesn't seem to see much of it. There's a lot of darkness and rock where he lives. Sometimes he goes exploring, looking for more things that glow with light. Flufflepumpkin tells him that is dangerous. He doesn't know what's out there, but it might be scary. Carl doesn't want to run into something scary, so he usually stays with Flufflepumpkin. One day when Waggles comes, he remembers to take the treasure with him, but he forgets to give Carl and Flufflepumpkin their glowing rocks and mushrooms. He drives off to the surface in his backhoe. The backhoe is noisy, so Waggles doesn't hear Carl and Flufflepumpkin calling after him. Flufflepumpkin is very sad he didn't get his beautiful light. He starts to cry. Carl loves his friend Flufflepumpkin. He doesn't want to see him sad. Carl tells Flufflepumpkin to wait here. He will go to the surface and find Waggles and get their beautiful light. Carl hops off in the direction that Waggles went. At first he can see the backhoe and its reassuring light, but Carl can't hop fast enough. The backhoe disappears around the corner. Carl thinks of turning back, but he remembers Flufflepumpkin's sad face and continues on. Soon it gets very dark, even with his headlight on. Carl becomes frightened. Did he hear a noise? No, that was just the ground under his feet. Oh, did he see something move in the dark? No, that was just a stalactite glistening with water. He thinks of the things that are scary just a little way from home. The surface must be a very scary place indeed. Whenever Carl gets scared, he reminds himself how much his friend needs him. I can do this, he thinks to himself. Soon the tunnel gets steeper and steeper. Carl stops. This must be close to the surface. Carl thinks of all the horrible things he's imagined that might be on the surface. What if there are monsters there? But again, he remembers how much Flufflepumpkin wanted those glowing rocks and mushrooms, and he keeps on going. As Carl continues to climb, the tunnel gets lighter and lighter. Carl is very excited that there's so much light. As he continues on, the light lights up the cave walls and makes rocks shine with beautiful colors. Carl is still scared, but the beautiful colors give him courage. He keeps going until he turns a corner and sees the end of the cave. It's not scary at all. The surface is actually a very beautiful place, and best of all, it's filled with light. Flufflepumpkin will love this. Carl is no longer frightened. He happily hops back into the cave to tell Flufflepumpkin how beautiful the unknown can be. The end.